Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com, use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps with the show, as does going to Grizzly Gentleman. I do use their beard product. Someone asked me the other day, or was that today? Days blend together. I had a quiz today, okay? What specific beard oil I use, and it's the peppermint with methanol and eucalyptus. I realized I could just actually show you all. Grab this. This is what I use. About a third of the way using it, because I don't use it as often as I should. But anyway, today we're playing some Death and Taxes, and we're doing best of 3, because I am a generous god pharaoh. Anyway, this is the mono-white version of Death and Taxes, and many of you know that I am currently writing a Death and Taxes primer. What I'm going to do, what I've decided to do, is I still plan on writing the actual primer, but I'm going to do a series of bonus videos when I get the chance, when I have the time, that goes through essentially each section of what my primer would be, but this is just going to be me essentially speaking instead of taking the time out to write it. That way people will still be able to get the content. I'll have it in its own little playlist, and I'll be able to say my thoughts and then translate that. Hopefully doing that will be a little easier into the written word, or I'll get someone else to do it and do something for it. I don't fucking know. Anyway, this is mono white Death and Taxes. There are no non-creatures. And we're rocking 24 lands. We are at an average of 2.4, but I do want to make sure I'm getting my 3 drops and 4 drops consistently, and I do have a couple of lands in here that aren't actually going to be necessarily being played. We have 3 Alseids and 3 Selfless Saviors. These are both the kind of protection cards, the Mother of Runes, Giver of Runes type effects here, and I generally prefer Alseid because it does have the ability to just protect your creature, and in various scenarios, that's going to be more important than giving them indestructible. So, for example, this protects you from exile effects most commonly, but it also means that you can attack through a blocker. So, if your opponent only has one color of creature, or each of their creatures has a color in common, then you can give an attacking creature of yours protection from that color and swing through for potentially the lethal hit. It has lifelink as well, which is quite nice, and both of these, for what it's worth, don't have to tap to use its ability, so it's very nice. Selfless Squire, give something indestructible. Your opponent's going to board wipe, you get to keep one of your things, so very, very nice to have. For Hushbringers, we have a few ETB triggers. We have this. No, okay, apparently we only have 1 ETB. No, this, that's right. We have 4 total creatures with ETB abilities, and then 4 total creatures with Leave the Battlefield abilities. Essentially, Hushbringer is relatively not likely to hurt us, but she's relatively likely to hurt a lot of other decks. There is an issue, whose name is Uro. If we come against an Uro, they just get to have an Uro on the field, because it doesn't get sacrificed. That said, 2 mana 1/2, flying lifelink, stops, is very annoying to our opponents, so pretty nice. For Thalia's, just forcing your opponents to pay more mana, it's just crisp. For Tithe Takers, on your turn, forcing your opponent to pay more mana to cast spells and or activate abilities. Q. Also has Afterlife, which is very nice, because it means that if we get board wiped, we get to still have something, potentially. 3, Archon of Emeria. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. We technically only plan to do 1. Non-basic lands your opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. If you have a greedy mana base, haha, go away. 3, Aven Mindcensors. Not all of the ramp is search ramp, however, this is just a nice flash threat. We can play this in response, or after our control opponent plays a board wipe. It flies, so it has good evasion, so we can hit with it. This card just has kind of all of the things that we're looking for in a deck like this. 3, Kinjalli Sunwing, creature your opponent's control enter the battlefield tap. So this taps down their non-basic lands, this taps down the creatures. And what's really nice about this is that 1, it flies, but 2, it allows you to kind of race against more aggressive decks, because now they can't, not only can they not attack you on that first turn if they have haste, but they also can't block you. So it allows you to have some nice tempo there. 2, Vryn Wingmare. It's Thalia with wings without being legendary. Essentially, you trade in the first strike for flying. They each have different benefits. Vryn Wingmare is a little bit better on offense, and Thalia is a little bit better on defense. You can only have 1 Thalia out at a time, but you can have multiple Vryn Wingmares. That said, We only have 2 because we have a lot of other 3-drops that we want to play. It's almost all of them have flying. The only one that doesn't is 3 Skyclave Apparition. This card is nuts. I considered putting 4 in, but I wanted to also try main deck Vryn Wingmare and then Legion Angel. So I decided to have it at 3. But this is the removal that we have in this deck. This is the literal only removal in this deck. And it's just fantastic. You get to hit essentially everything that matters, right? It's 4 or less. Obviously, if our opponent hits us with like a 5-drop, we weren't doing our job properly and like slowing them down sufficiently to kill them. Of course, when this leaves the battlefield, it does mean that they get a random token, but it's a random token. It doesn't have any special abilities or anything like that. But whatever, who cares? We have a bunch of flyers. We plan on killing them with those. 2 Shalais. We're not running any green sources in here to potentially use Shalai's second ability. We don't plan on getting to that point with this deck. It's mostly just here so that we can't be targeted, stopping discard and burn, and then our creatures can't be targeted, stopping them from being removed until they deal with Shalai. Legion Angel, I'm hoping, mitigates some of the drawbacks with death and taxes, that being, what's the word I'm looking for? Gas. You run out of resources. So this allows us to just play it, go grab one of the others from our sideboard, and kind of keep that train rolling. Don't know if it's going to be good. Haven't played with it yet. This is me playing with it. Linvala is just annoying against some decks. This is our mana base. Ardenvale helps if we have to use it, but we usually don't want to. Steps are something that we can play interweaving with early drops, but also allows us to get rid of these late game. And then Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarter, if we have an Aven Mindcensor out, we just blow things up. It's very funny. Why do I have one of each? They serve different roles. Ghost Quarter can get rid of any land, even though we don't search. If our opponent is only on one of a certain color in a 3-color deck or something like that, and it is a basic land, then we can still blow up that basic land, whereas with Field of Ruin, it has to be non-basic. We would get to search off of Field of Ruin, but it also does cost 2 mana to activate, so each of these has their own ups and downs. 1 Grafdigger's Cage and 2 Rest in Peace, helpful against the annoying graveyard decks. They also hit other things, but those are the main thing. Containment Priest is hopefully here to help against goblins even more. We kind of have Grafdigger's Cage for that as well. Nyx-Fleece Ram against general aggro. 2 Ratchet Bomb against very small decks. This can come in against mono red, go wide token strategies, things like that. Thalia Reinforcements against essentially any aggro thing. And 1 Dusk to Dawn. This is for bigger creature decks. You'll notice we don't have a lot against control. That's because we're supposed to do really well against control in the main, because we just play like Thalia on turn 2, and they're just so far behind. So, go Traditional Historic Ranked, play some D&T, and hop on into it. It's like an 8-minute deck, so a little longer than recently. I'm not even gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna get bored. Hashtag Papa Bless. I mean, we have a curve here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Hushbringer will hopefully do some real work here. Depends, of course, on what our opponent's on. Black. Interesting. Alright, well, we do have a Thalia as well. That dog sounds too basey. They kept a 1? No, okay, that was just... Why do that then? So I'm going to assume that they're on some sort of control, or yeah, some sort of mono black control deck. I think I'm gonna go with Thalia here. Could be incorrect. It's possible I should be going for Hushbringer first, but I guess there's a world in which they're playing rogues, in which I don't want to offer up my Selfless Savior. It's a very small percentage, but I think I'm not going to attack here. This combination is a little too important. I feel like this music specifically is a little loud, so I'm gonna tone it down just a little. Hopefully I'm not making it too low, but I have had, not complaints, but I've had comments previously about, whoa! The owl's black. Cool. So if they have an exile here, then our Thalia goes bye-bye because Selfless Savior can't do anything about it. But they would be having to pay a premium. While our opponent is thinking, okay. They didn't have another land, so Thalia was a decent choice here. Alright, so we got very little information on our opponent, so I don't actually think I can comfortably bring anything in. I got no information. My opponent did get a decent amount of information, so while they're sideboarding, I do have a question from Discord by Slick Samos. What's your preferred method of memeing? I do assume that this is a, like, magic memeing, not, like, memeing generally. If it was memeing generally, I would answer it on the 6 and stuff page, but I think it's meant to be specifically magic stuff. My preferred style of memeing when it comes to magic is probably, let's see, it's probably like dredge style decks. Let's see. So we have Thalia. Our hand's not the best because of the land situation, but that's going to happen. We are essentially having a conceit here. Obviously, we would prefer things like Horizon Canopy, things that we don't have to, things that we can still use as lands. Interesting. Okay, so they're blue-black. Okay. You know, I'll give you another hug. I will do this because I do have Thalia on turn 2. But yeah, any deck where I'm kind of just like just yeeting stuff into my own yard, I think that's the style I prefer. I think they kept it on top. Like, it's not the stupidest idea to just quarter them, but I think the correct decision here is just play Thalia. And based on this, I'm fairly certain they're not on Quetzit. Notably, I can't... They're on Mill? Really? Color me incredibly surprised. So here they also missed a land drop, which is good. Although I think they kept on top, I'm not sure. So we'll do this, and we'll attack. Their things cost an extra, yeah. Okay, so I have Alseid. I have Alseid protection up. If they don't make me use it, I can just Secluded Steppe. The issue, right, is I'm very confused if they've been keeping on top, but they didn't play a land last turn. Because remember, I went second. Very strange. Yeah, I don't understand, but whatevs. Are there any other ways that I like to meme in Magic? I mean, technically, you could argue... Here, I'm going to turn the desktop audio back up. You could probably argue that pod chains are other like ways I like to meme, but Modern is... I wonder if you could unban Birthing Pod in this environment. Let me know what you all think down in the comments. Do you think that like, obviously only like comment if you know like what's happening in Modern right now, like the general metagame. You don't have to know the specific metagame, but like if you know the general metagame of Modern right now, let me know if you think that they could safely unban Birthing Pod. I don't know if they can, but So Kahira Orphan Guard, this is almost certainly going to be Control. Because no one who actually is playing best of 3 is playing a tribal deck. That isn't like humans, merfolk, rogues. I will keep this. It's light on land. But I do like the flash threats against Control. Well, look at that. And I do have double Thalia here, so... Even if the first one gets yoked into the atmosphere. Wow, this game is just so easy. Just like, your opponents are only ever playing like the same 5 things. Oh no, Censor. Wow, who would have thought? Oh, it's so predictable. It's a little unfortunate, but, you know, whatevs. Since I'm playing a Death and Taxes deck, Master Cryomancer asks, if you could have any classic Death and Taxes staple from an older format reintroduced into next historic anthology, what would it be? Darn, we didn't get another land, but our opponent did. I do still think we just play the Thalia. Sure. Got a bad hand, I shouldn't have. Spirit of the Labyrinth is one that I think would be pretty helpful in this day and age. I guess here we honestly just play Alseid to offer up some protection for our Thalia. And we do just go attack here. Cool. They cycle, that's fine. But yeah, Spirit of the Labyrinth would be super great. Flicker Wisp isn't as good without Aether Vial. So Resto Angel would be nice. The issue is that Resto Angel goes into a lot of other decks, and I think other decks would be able to utilize it better than Death and Taxes would. Because other decks are going to be doing things a little bit more degenerately. So we lose out on our things. And for what it's worth, if we had Watchdog here, it would be better. But that is why I'm running 3-3. My opponent had essentially no reason not to attack here. That was 1 free damage that they could have had. Darn. So they can play Tefers now. Yep. And I don't think they even have to bounce my Thalia.
I won't hide from the world.
I think honestly at 6 mana, I do think this is a mistake.
Not so bad.
But I mean, we'll find out. Because here they can Kahira, yeah, they can plus and Kahira and all that nonsense. If they do and they don't have a counterspell and I top deck a land, then I could Skyclave. Not great.
I train every day. No,
Yeah, so unfortunately, I do think I kept too greedy of a keep. Yeah, so now the Teferi is protected, so Selfless Savior a little too late, so we're going to concede. Yeah, and obviously, if we were able to keep up the pressure, our opponent wouldn't be doing as well, so definitely not the best. And yeah, we don't really have any sideboard against Control. Theoretically, Dawn could be nice, but we don't want to get to a point in the game where we're Dawning against Control. Dusk Dawn is, in my opinion, a lot better against the mid-range creature decks that have large creatures, because those games are likely to go long, and you'll need both sides. Yeah, so I think we just run it back and hope things get better. Let's see. Giver of Runes would be great. I don't know if it'd be great in this format. Ooh, now I don't have any early drops. I'll keep it though. There's a case to be made for Arbiter. But I don't actually think Arbiter... Well, you essentially just get to strip mine people. Arbiter is probably one of the better ones. So here I can put in an Archon. Yeah, I'm just gonna put in an Archon here. So now if they have a non-basic, it comes in tap, so they can't curve properly. Darn, data basic. Defer's Bounce, perhaps? Narset, okay. Narset is fine.
Many foes. Keep an open mind.
Mindstone, okay. So here I'm going to hit Narset down. I will play Alseid, but I also just have access to Mindcensor at instant speed. This way we have, like, some presence on board, while still being able to have stuff after a potential board wipe. So this Mindcensor could be countered here, which is fine. This deck isn't really searching their library. Okay. Tithe Taker. So here, Tithe Taker does leave me something afterwards, so I will just tithe it up. Neutralize, sure. I'll go ahead and kill that. I hit him for 4.
I shall miss your company.
So we're fighting against targeted removal. Obviously, a board wipe here is not the best. We would love to see a Legion Angel. Where the hell are the Legion Angels? There they are. This could be a Settle the Wreckage. Like, obviously, if this is Settle the Wreckage, we want to Shalai. Do we? Maybe we don't care. Maybe we just don't care about a Settle the Wreckage. Do I want to keep my Alseid up? I'm definitely attacking with these two. Do I want to also attack with Alseid? I could potentially then play Archon of Emeria, holding up Alseid. Otherwise, essentially, there'd be no reason not to play Shalai. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Putting them down one more, I don't think does anything. Shark Typhoon. Gotcha. I did forget about Shark Typhoon. So I am able to save one of my creatures here. Yeah, if I had Sunwinged first, then I wouldn't have had to deal with this. Yeah, I might as well save this. Right, Kinjalli someone. Okay, deck seems to be weak against traditional control. I mean, I have an active Castle Ardenvale, but can't really attack here. They can cycle their Mind Stone. Or just cycle another Shark Typhoon. Jeez. Okay, they can't cast another spell this turn. Unless they hit my Archon. Dumb. Yup. Yeah, so if I had played another Archon, then they wouldn't have been able to cast something else here. There was no block. Hmm. think that's a concession there. Let's go back to version 3 Death in Texas. Let's see. Lava Brink doesn't matter really. No, I don't really see. I mean, honestly, it just feels like it needs card draw. But let's go. We'll play a third match. See if we can do a little bit better here. I don't know. For what it's worth, I do think that the mono white version is the weakest in Historic. I think that it doesn't get the value it gets. Would Stoneforge Mystic be too strong in Historic? The strongest equipment that we can get that's reasonable to have is the Maul of the Skyclaves or whatever. And then Shadow Spear. I guess the red-white version could get Embercleave? But that would be a turn. I mean, like, let's say you play, turn 1, let's say Alseid, right? Turn 2, Stoneforge Mystic, attack for 1, you're at 21. Turn 3, you activate Stoneforge Mystic to put Embercleave into play on your Alseid, I guess. Your Alseid is now a 2/2 with double strike. You have 1 mana open, so you could theoretically protect something, but you'd lose out on the damage. So you could attack with that, but the issue... Yeah, the issue with that is that you just get turn 3 Embercleaved against mono red anyway. So I don't think Stoneforge Mystic would be too strong in Historic. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I think Mystic in Historical might be fine. Obviously, you can't give everything to it. What's the damn card called? What the heck is my opponent playing? What is that card? What is that card? Blade Splicer. Wait, is Blade Splicer's not in Historic. There's a different Splicer. No, okay. There's what the Splicer? Splicer. I think it's Master Splicer. Yeah, Master Splicer's in Historic. My opponent's playing some sort of combo nonsense. Hopefully Thalia can tell them to F off. Thalia into Vryn Wingmare is pretty cool. Blade Splicer would be cool. We have a little bit of Blink. Eldrazi Displacer. Eldrazi Displacer might be pretty dope. Ooh, yeah. Eldrazi Displacer. Obviously, like, okay, so you'd have to play a little bit more mana potentially. But then you have access to Skyclave Apparition because of the way that card is worded. So let me just pull that up here. Because it's not the Oblivion Ring type effect, it's two separate lines, right? So what you do is you put Skyclave. So obviously you have to have enough mana for this, but you put Skyclave Apparition into play. It's whenever triggers, and then you exile it with your Displacer. It'll come back in tapped, I think, but who cares? So that the leaves the battlefield trigger resolves. Nothing has been exiled, so that your opponent doesn't get a token. What is happening? I'm so confused, and I really just don't understand. Why are you playing Chromatic Spheres? I'll finish this in a second. Why? Okay, I'm gonna play Vryn Wingmare. Green, red. Is this just a weird Omnath deck? They don't have the mana for it or something? Maybe it's just a weird Omnath deck. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so the leaves the battlefield trigger happens. Nothing's exiled. Blah blah blah. Who cares? Then the ETB trigger happens. Obviously, you exile something. Then it comes back. So that card that has been exiled from the first ETB, that's gone forever. Then it comes back tapped, and you're able. Oh, it's ruined. What the fuck? It comes back tapped. You get to exile another thing. It's fantastic. So we have this. This is only target. This does not target. So like, who cares? Do I just want to play another Vryn Wingmare? Just make it so it's very annoying for our opponent to cast anything that's not a creature. This also means I can cycle my Secluded Steppe at the end of turn. Yeah. They can't do a damn thing here. You can pay one CMC non-creatures cost my opponent 4. Or plus 3, so 4 minimum. So play Kref. Ooh, wait a minute. I'm getting an idea. We play Arcane Adaptation. Yeah, cool. Arcane Adaptation. Elemental Crab Mill. So you have Arcane Adaptation, Risen Reef, and Ruin Crab. You know, throw a Shia in there for good measure. Dude, that cost them so much mana. It costs 4 mana for them to do that, dude. I love it. Keep hitting you in the air. So we'll do one of these. I think we do just Shalai here. This way we can't be targeted by things. Yeah, I think we just Shalai here. I'm liking the idea of Eldrazi Displacer in Historic. I mean, I'm really liking the idea of just give us back everything to Battle for Zendikar. I know a lot of people don't like that, whatever, but I like the Eldrazi, as you can probably tell based on my my character 6. Boop. Having weird Ulamog arms. So, you know, he has one arm but like 4 hands because he has the thing where it comes out of his elbow, so it's just like this. Just like ignore my other arm. Just like air. That's because that is my jam. I absolutely love the Eldrazi. The Eldritch horror aspect and everything. I really hope at some point we explore Marit Lage more. I would love it if she were an Eldrazi. Ooh. Okay. Sometimes people enjoy when I talk about nonsense like this when my opponents are taking forever. Okay. So we have Emrakul, Ulamog and Kozilek, right? Ulamog and Kozilek dead. Emrakul put herself in a moon. Fantastic. Spoiler alert, who cares? So that's what happens, right? We have that going on. But these are the new versions. Merit Lodge is old. Well, no, darn, because we already have confirmation against that. Never mind. Game, could you please stop? Cool. I was gonna say Merit Lodge is like old, and she was like one of the old Eldrazi, and then she got trapped in the ice, and then the multiverse, the Blind Eternities were like, something is missing, blah blah blah, and they did like cool things, but whatever. I have no idea. I don't think I need any of this. I can't wait to Hushbringer them though. Merit Lodge is cool. I would just like her to be an Eldrazi, even if she's not. Like, it'd be interesting to see if there were different families of Eldrazi, because obviously we have like the Brood, but it looks like Ulamog, Emrakul, and Kozilek all traveled together, and they kind of were symbiotic. Like they all helped process planes in different ways. It'd be interesting if Merit Lodge was a different like type of Eldrazi, which made her a different. She did different things, right? I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. I like the Eldrazi. I like Merit Lodge, and I'd like to see more of it. Even if she's not connected to it, to the other Eldrazi, I think it'd be really cool if we see some more Eldritch Horror. It's trapped under ice. Is it? The ice has been over. What happened to Merit Lodge? Powerful being compared to a demigod with a kraken-like figure, imprisoned on Dominaria some point before the Ice Age. I'm looking at the Magic Gamepedia wiki. So this is claiming that Merit Lodge, whatever, is race avatar. It's also claiming that Merit Lodge is truly female, while the Eldrazi are genderless. The Titans, the thing is, like, the Merit Lodge is referred to as a female, and of course Ulamog and Kozilek are referred to as male, and then blah blah, Emrakul is referred to as a female. But it doesn't have a source. It has a source for Eldrazi are genderless, but it doesn't actually have a source for Merit Lodge being female. So I'm not sure about that. Is aspersions? Cast. Aspersions. No, I put no. Wait, it's aspersions? Huh. It's aspersions. Alright, I'm learning new things. That's a mulligan, obviously. It's a keep, and we get rid of this Secluded Steppe. Okay. So, yeah, it says Merit Lodge is female. Merit Lodge is specifically associated with black mana and referred to as both a mage and a sorceress. Additionally, her physical form is her true body. But none of those things have sources. The other things do have sources. We have no idea what happened to Merit Lodge. My assumption is she's still just in ice somewhere. She's depicted in Time of Ice? Oh, that's what that is? Sure, I guess. Wow, they really kept a two-lander? I mean, I would say I feel bad, but I don't. Cycle this. Field ruin them. Jeff Grubb, the Eternal Ice. So I have Jeff Grubb's The Gathering Dark, which I think is book 1. Yeah, The Gathering Dark, the Shatter Alliance. So I need to get these books, Eternal Ice and Shatter Alliance. Yo, that's what I really want. All right, I'm gonna talk about something in a second. Yeah, the Merit Lodge stuff, I'm confused about. My opponent keeping a terrible hand, I'm also confused about. But essentially, we've gone past the game part. I mean, like, sure. Okay. So, whatever. I think I should probably write this down. I think at some point soonish, I'm going to open a PO box. Open PO box. I have a I would like you to look at the community tab. I have a poll there talking about PO box stuff. Oh, cool! I got the sleeve that is just destroyed by the fact that it has the set symbols, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to probably open a PO box soonish. I'll let everyone know when I open it. It might not stay open. I might just be like, all right, well, some people have shown interest in sending me things, so I'll get a first wave. I'll say, hey, I'm going to have it open for this amount of time. After that, I'm closing it. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to open one. And if you have, I think what I might try to do is over winter break, I would love to do like synopsis readings of the Ice Age saga. So that's the Gathering Dark, the Eternal Ice, and the Shattered Alliance. And if you have any of those books, let me know. But yeah, the Gathering Dark is absolutely one of my favorite Magic novels, period. Because of the way it talks about like how magic is used. I think I've said this before. I absolutely adored Cold Snap. Obviously, like a lot of people who were more enfranchised didn't like it that much, but I loved Cold Snap. And I'm super excited for Kaldheim. We better be getting in snow. I understand that some people really hate snow. It's all balanced stuff, man. I want snow. Oh, I want it so bad. Anyway, that was today's video. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwind, for continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links in the description below. I will say that next week, starting with Saturday on stream, we are going to start a climb to Mythic with Nicol Bolas, and it will last either the entire week to that Saturday stream, or until I get to Mythic, whichever one comes first. I'm not going to do any grinding that is not recorded. I might have a bonus video that like doesn't have any commentary on it. I'm not entirely sure. It all kind of depends on where we are with it. But yes, I do hope you are enjoying the stuff that's coming out on the channel right now. Check out the second channel for Season 3 of Stone Shard. I have 2 episodes cooked. I just haven't had time to post them because I have been incredibly busy. And yes, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff really does help the channel a ton. And yeah, until next time, I'll be one.